Hey there, folks. Welcome back to Let's Play Nioh. I'm the Mysterious JG. I didn't realize I actually have enough Amaretto to level up right now. Off-screen, I went ahead and did the Twilight mission for Boating Seas. So we got a little something for that. And defeated that one big liquid boss again. If anyone's interested, it pretty much plays exactly the same as the regular version, except pretty much all the human enemies have been replaced by skeletons. There's a lot more of those red yokai dudes around. It's pretty similar. So we could do Heir to the Nioh, which would get us a new Guardian Spirit, but that's also a map we've already seen. I want to do the Bridge of Bone because I tried to look up Bridge of Bone because it looks like a different background we've never seen before, and Heir to the Nioh doesn't have the same picture as the Ocean Roars again. So I thought, hey, maybe they're both new zones. Well, they're not. Kind of figured that because this one's on the same spot on the map, it was the same map. Same spot on this Chugoku map, that it was the same level map. But I wasn't sure, so I tried to look it up, and first of all, Googling anything about Nioh takes you... First hit's usually the Nioh Wiki, which I freaking hate the Nioh Wiki. It's terrible. Lots of fancy graphics and, frames that my browser doesn't really like. I don't know if it's... Well, you know what? I have problems on one computer, not the other. But that's a website that seems really crash-prone on at least one of my computers. And they've laid out the structure for a wiki where there's entries for everything, but fucking 90% of the articles you try to read, it doesn't even say this article isn't written yet, come back later. It just has a whole bunch of garbage text, but it's laid out so it looks like a real web page, and until you read it, you don't notice it's all garbage text. Like, this is filler until a real article is written, and then, like, pages and pages of, like, fake Latin. It's ridiculous. And then when you get to, even the articles that do look like they're fully written, there's sections as you're reading through you'll find, like, oh, there's a Twilight strategy for this boss, but that's always just a bunch of garbage text, so it's kind of dumb. But IGN, who I wouldn't normally heap praise on IGN, but at least their fucking Nioh pages seem to be reasonably complete, the ones I've checked out, and it points out that Bridge of Bone is an all-new map you've never seen before if you're playing in order, while Heir to the Nioh is on the same map as the Ocean Roars again. So for that purpose, I'm going to go ahead and play Bridge of Bone on camera. I will play Heir to the Nioh off camera at some point, and probably just show you the movie for obtaining the Guardian Spirit, and that's it. I'm also tempted to proceed to next region, because hopefully we'll just get a nice plot video that I can show, and then not be obligated to jump straight into a mission. But for now, let's do the Bridge of Bone. Ah, Sranjan, thanks for coming. I've received word from one of the villages in my domain that at darkest night, bandits appear from nowhere and stream over Owashi Bridge to attack them. I've assembled my strongest samurai to take care of the matter, but would you mind lending your assistance? We could use it, and time is of the essence. Actually, but I have something I got to do first, because I realized, of course, that I got level up. I also want to ready some slightly different jutsu. So I went ahead and got level 2 blister beetle powder, and what I found out is that this becomes another jutsu you can ready, where you get 2 blister beetle powders. So you can either, and it costs less jutsu in your like little capacity. So if you want to bring 2 poison blister beetle powders to battle, you can just check level 2, and it only costs you 3 capacity instead of 4 points of capacity. But you can also equip them both and have a total of 4 that you get to bring with you, so it stacks. So it's not as useless as it initially looked, but I did test it on one of the skills that I liked before going any further with it. So now if I get rid of Fire Kyakidama, I can get back Galnut Broth. And that's a thing. And with Onmyo Magic, I've got Talisman Fire, which I can get rid of. But I'm not sure what I had instead. Oh, and I got 2 Guardian Spirits, since I used them quite a bit too. Life Seal reduces your enemy's ability to recover ki, which doesn't sound worthless exactly, but Oasis Talisman, Oasis Talisman. Oh, that costs a lot, so I can't use that one. Sloth, by the way, has been really useful so far. I guess I'll do the weakness talisman. Oh, but I didn't level up. So magic is way ahead of everything else because I keep wanting more and more magic skill points, but I've been trying to go ahead and increase heart because that increases ki. It also increases, it works on swords and bows. So really, if I was, what I've discovered, and I actually have bought some of those respec items and not used them yet, because I was just trying to spend money at the blacksmith to get more points with the blacksmith. But what I'm discovering, oh, and I even, out of brief curiosity, looked up articles online about builds, and they're fucking terrible, the ones I've read so far. I guess there's some really in-depth ones, but most of the ones you find on these, like, you know, banner ad driven websites just fucking tell you sword build, try to level up heart. If you want to do an axe build, make sure you level up strength. And it's like you can fucking come to the level up screen and it tells you which weapons benefit from which skills. So this it's like, you know, a whole paragraph worth of this guide will tell you everything you need to know about Nioh and how to level up and blah, blah, blah. And then it's just like all information that you can just find. People in the comments have given me information that you're not getting from the game. This is all information you get just from reading the fucking screen. Anyway. So what I've discovered is I actually have a really bad, like Axe plus Ninja is a bad fucking build because strength is affecting Axes and Odachi. Dexterity is affecting Kusarigama. And although I chose Kusarigama as a secondary weapon based on something I'd heard online, I haven't used them much. If I wanted to, like, if I really want to stick with an axe build, I really shouldn't be putting a lot of points into magic and dexterity. I should be putting tons of points into strength and heart. But because I'm enjoying playing around with magic and dexterity, I'm splitting my points a lot. But really, if I was going to do magic, there's no weapon that's really going to level up with magic, so you'll need to split things a bit. And if you want to do, if you really want to level up all your ninja skills, then you probably want to have a Kusarigama thing, because that's the thing that's going to get better and better and better simultaneously as you're also upping your ninja stuff. But for now, I need more ki. So I'm going to try to, like, take it easy on constantly putting points into dexterity and magic a little, although I probably won't be able to resist the temptation now that I know I can, you know, the next time I can get to the master skills, I'll want to be able to get, like, I want to be able to equip 3 beetle powders, etc. But yeah, splitting points between strength and heart would be the thing to do if I want to keep relying on my axe. Because more ki is better than less ki. Alright, so I didn't really mean to do all this on camera, but let's Poison Shuriken, Weakness, Galnut Broth, Elixir, Shuriken, Sloth, Toxic Ground Fire. I don't like this setup. Let's, now that I got Galnut Broth back, I gotta put it at its normal slot. And I'll put Toxic Ground Fire next to it. I usually put a lot of my poison stuff in the same set of stuff. But when I took away Galnut Broth off screen because I was going to fight that big water monster boss again. Oh wait, that's not the slot for that. This is the slot for Blister Beetle Powder. So I did need the ground trap somewhere else. But the ground trap I'm not really setting up on the... I'm not really setting up, like, quickly in the middle of combat. I'm pretty much setting the ground trap up when I've got some time. Protection, Rejuvenation, Guardian Spirit, Elixir. This is a good lineup. Just trying to make sure that I'm always leveling up new Woppets so that I can occasionally get warrior points. Alright, so let's see. This should be significantly easier than the mission I just did off screen. We'll find out. The Bridge of Bone. And from what he described, I should have allies in this battle, although I'm thinking it's not actually going to work that way. Since ancient times, bridges have been an indispensable part of transportation. However, some bridges are thought not to span just space, but also the human and yokai realms. When night falls on bridges in some places, gates are shut and guards posted to prevent strange things from crossing over. They said bandits were coming, but now they're talking demons. Alright, so here's some kind of village. Here's an actual shrine. Good news is the village is perfectly safe, even if I can't defend the bridge, because neither I nor the yokai could possibly get over these low wooden fences. I take it I got here too late and my allied samurai are already dead. Because they're saying they're in over their head fighting demons. Okay, right off the bat I'm annoyed. I don't like fighting with a ranged guy hanging around helping the other guy. But if I can take the ranged guy out first, I'm good. Alright, and it looks, I'm thinking based on the fact that this wall closed behind me, that this is going to be a, this is going to be an endurance fight. I've actually been given a little time to recover here. I went for the... Oh. It looks like I cleared the... Well, if I come back there, then I probably reset all the enemies. But I cleared a path. Or I cleared that thing behind me. Ooh. Okay, that's not good. Now I hate you guys. Oh, and I got rid of all my fire stuff. Why'd I do that? Got rid of all my fire stuff, which I had equipped for that last fight, and of course it would have been really useful against these guys. And I should have used that elixir, but never mind. Ooh. What are you, friend? I haven't seen one of your kind before. You're like a fancified yokai with fancy weird shit on your back. Oh! Fuck. Got chokeslammed. Got maximum familiarity with whatever. Do I have it? I do have a moment to fiddle with my equipment. This is not taking as long as I thought, so I might not be able to get a full video out of this. But we can always do the next plot thing. That would work. Alright, so... let me show you a cool new thing. Cool thing that, again... One thing I will give the wiki is that it mentioned this strategy. Although, wait, maybe I didn't get this from the wiki. Maybe I got this from a separate article, in which case I don't know the wiki anything. Well, that's not true. The wiki kind of told me which Raven Tengu Toko, Wiki kind of told me which plot missions I was going to have to clear before I would get my next set of ninja and Almamro skills. Which kind of was... enough to hurry me along. But here, so I got a poison ground fire trap, right? Check this shit out. This is so cheesy. So the guy's instantly poisoned, like as soon as our fight starts. Although as it happens, I didn't really get a chance for the poison to do anything because I just took him out, but it was fun anyway. Guess I wasn't fighting a bandit after all. Now that would appear to be the case, indeed. So this is a good axe, but let's see what this new one does. It's actually not that great, although it starts off with a better attack. Although I wasn't using the best attack value one that I've got, actually. Oh, this one's got lightning damage built in. Why have I not been using this? I didn't really do a full appraisal of my inventory after clearing that Twilight mission, so I probably have some pretty cool shit that I'm not using. You know what? Fuck this. Oh, shit. I was hoping I could get back to an early area, not so much because I'm afraid of this guy, but I'm afraid of falling to my death. Yeah, my biggest fear here is the falling damage. Not falling damage, but falling death. Okay, let's slow you down. Set a ground fire trap for you. Fuck! I was just trying to dodge to the other side of them. Pretty sure that was the end too. I just wanted to get around them and run clear and get an elixir, and it wouldn't let me. I could swear I've dodged through enemies before, as ridiculous as that sounds. Although, hey, maybe you don't have to clear it all in one run. That would make this a lot easier. Okay, you have to get past each little. Did you manage to get poisoned? No, you didn't. He's slowed down, which makes him easier to deal with, but not like the point where I can get completely careless. Ah, shit. Maybe that's not it. I thought if you had to do it all in one run or else, that might be it. But no, there's more to do. Oh, well, not to mention you're still alive. Well, how am I going to defeat you if you don't come up? Okay. That elixir. I hate those little guys. Oh. Okay, wrong. I was dodging back. Pissing me off. Thought this was easy, and suddenly I can't get past anything at all. I was trying to dodge back. I guess I was out of stamina. I thought I had enough time, but I just won elixir, and I could have finished that. And it did look like we were at the end of all this. So I should not be running, because falling down one of the many holes in this bridge would basically guarantee I don't get my Amarita back. Not you, big guy. Oh, I did get them both. So there's guys shooting at me. Need to get to them. You're it. I got it. Okay, died of poison? Not sure what he died of. Oh, it's not over yet. There's something still chasing me. Oh, you. Stay in the play. There you go, buddy. Good job. Thank you for cooperating with my efforts to poison you. So I thought that, based on the music shift, I thought that last guy was the end. But now I'm gonna try to preserve one of my slowdown talismans in case this guy isn't the end. Fuck. Old One-Eye's back. Oh, and I just took an elixir after winning the mission, so that was dumb. That didn't do any real harm. I've got, you know, quite a few elixirs in reserve. Hey, and I see. So this is a bridge that separates the village from two treasure chests. I guess in theory, you could open that door and get somewhere. Bandit axe. It's like Bandit Keith's personal axe. And you. I probably would be wise to ignore you and just finish the level. But I'm in offline mode, so I can't treat you like you're not a standard part of the level. So against my better judgment, and with lots and lots of items that I can use as much as I need, I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, wait. That's right, you can't deactivate those after you... Never mind. I was going to put down a poison trap and just deal with that guy, but forget it. So did we get a guardian spirit for this, or was that the other mission? Or both? Let's see. I think we get a gesture for this, that's right. I am in your debt, sir, Engine. I heard that yokai appeared and took many lives, a great loss, since all were among my finest samurai. But at least their deeds were not in vain. The disturbance has been quieted. Yeah, their deeds were in vain. I had to clear it up. If they hadn't showed up, I still would have had to clear it up. Here is your reward, and with fewer people to divide it between, your share is all the greater. Hee hee hee. Maybe if those guys hadn't shown up, I would have been, like, facing a lot more guys. Who knows? Stifle laugh. Smithing text, sticky pot. Young samurai locks, and ambush unit armor. Boots. So we'll go ahead and do the young samurai locks. Those are probably the least valuable locks for me, because You can get those warrior skill points from just switching weapons and leveling up lots of weapons. There may be some limit on how many times you get to do that, but so far, so good. Anyway, now I got 6 points instead of 4. I was holding them in the reserve for something. I don't remember what. I'll figure it out later. So, we could call it a video a little early, but these plot things are not usually that long. So let's just go ahead and... Oh, this opened up. The conspirators, eh? Strange, in my pod is feminine so frequently. I have called you today because my finest sword was stolen by bandits who swarmed my palanquin. I escaped unharmed, but as you know, a warrior's sword is his life. I must get it back. I, Hideaki, shall obliterate the bandits and retrieve my sword myself, is what I thought at first. But as the head of the clan, it would be irresponsible for me to leap headfirst into danger. Will you go on my behalf? So, this would look to be a map we've already done. Because it looks like this is probably the... Well, it's not exactly the same map. I guess I'll look it up online again through IGN, since their website seems to actually tell you stuff. We can get more ambush armor by beating Bridge of Bones again, although I don't know that there's any set piece value to ambush armor. So yeah, I'm either gonna blather on for a few minutes and call it a video, or we're gonna do the next region. So let's do the next region. I just want to see the cinematics. Don't want to get trapped in a mission. Get trapped in a mission, I'll be kicking myself.
西国の調略を進めておるようだが、分があるのは吉川、小早川を調略したこちら。
Yeah, the Maori are on our side. I guess we're with the Eastern Army.
大阪は華やかな街。お主にぜひ見せたいと思っておった。
Yeah, well, you've never seen Dublin and the Whiffy Liffy. It's beautiful.
帝のおわす京にも近い。ついに大阪で家康様にお目通りが叶うぞ。
He's real good, dude. Will he tell me a bunch of shite about patience? I can't stand learning about patience. I haven't the patience for it, you see. He will bear any burden, or whatever the fuck it was he was supposed to have said. Ieyasu was known for being kind of stern, taciturn. I mean, none of the warlords of Japan were known for being fun guys, I guess. Oh, there's spirit animals all over the place.
霊が見え、怪異を切るというのは誠か。君子、怪力乱心を語らずじゃ。花からそのようなことを口にする者に信を受けようか。
This one has absolutely no power. Anzo, do you seriously follow this pretentious little prick?
Oh, this is best line so far.
鳥居殿、その者は影武者だと言うておりまする。
こやつはもっと長を話しておったであろう。
Well, he did. I know the word prick.
話しておったのではないか。何がおかしいじゃ。
まあまあ鳥居殿。
Wacky comedy scene. Besides, I have that weird Japanese inferiority complex where I'm into Super Saiyan Goku with blonde eyes and yellow hair, so... Pretentious little prick. So he goes from having, like, no dialogue for hours to suddenly throwing around the term pretentious little prick, which is the kind of nonsense I would make him say when goofing off and pretending to be William. Anyway, we're in the kinky region. Oh, kinky. Oh, kinky. So, we're in the kinky region indeed. Haven't been to the blacksmith in a little while. Oh, we have new forging text that we can hand over. I handed over the smithing text, which means that we can now make yokai water pots. I don't really know what these do. I mean, I could look it up, but I've been pouring so many points into all the skills that give me like ninja and magic that I haven't been getting into the consumable items. Although honestly, if I respec and decide I'm just going to be an axeman, I'm going to put all my I'm going to be a guitarist, guitar hero. I'm going to put all my points into heart and Did we not talk to her? I meant to talk to her. Yeah, she has nothing new to say just because we came to this region. But, I mean, if I'm just going to put all my points into strength and heart and ignore magic, I would need to actually be paying attention to the use of consumable items. That would become a much bigger deal. Only consumable items I really use at all right now are elixirs, but I use those like they were water. So, Spider Nest Castle, this is a big deal because I happen to know that finishing this mission unlocks the hidden tea house, which we have not had access to yet. And that's where I can figure out possibly ways to get enough glory that if I really wanted to, particularly in off-screening action, I could play as characters other than William, who would just look like and sound like they weren't William, but in fact would be continuing to level up William and fight exactly as William would with the same weapons. Hey, Nioh Masali. He was like he's a big freaking deal in Samurai Warriors land. There are rumors of strange creatures attacking travelers on Shigesan. If they truly are yokai, Master Engine's presence would be a great reassurance, Lord Tori. I will personally determine whether or not Master Engine is worthy of our trust. What do you say, Master Engine? Will you help? I guess Lord Tori is some guy who's been advocating for us. Battle of Ohashi Bridge. And it would be another bridge battle. I find it's hard to believe myself, but it seems that a giant ghost appeared at Ohashi Bridge and is attacking those who cross and stealing their weapons and wapens. If it were a yokai, that would be one thing, but how can a ghost attack people? William, will you help me get to the bottom of this? I mean, demons, yeah, but ghosts, that's bullshit. And the ogress. It's like an ingress, but different. Apparently there's a cemetery in our domain that rings with the eerie sound of a woman crying every night. It has the locals terrified, and they asked me to do something about it. I don't suppose I can impose on you to investigate. I have to wash my hair that night. Well, we'd get Master Ninja Locks. Master Ninja Locks. And I have this idea, which I know is complete bullshit, that doing missions for Okatsu will help to slowly build up your relationship with Okatsu, who I still vaguely imagine is your love interest, although there's no particular reason to believe that now. Kinky region, eh? I'm into it. Alright, so a full-fledged 9 little Kodama dudes to get at that castle. Our princess may be in another castle. We must be prepared for that possibility, guys. Oh, here we go. This is why we don't quite have maximum little Kodamas in this zone. It's because we hadn't unlocked the conspirators yet. So I will likely do a little off-screening before the next time I go on-screen. Off-screen, my plan is to clear air to the Nioh, and I will, if anything really exciting happens that I can showcase in a second play, I will showcase it on screen in a second play. But I already know that the Guardian Spirit movies, we can go back and play. I don't have to show them to you the first time I acquire them. Although somebody in the comments was suggesting be careful that you might miss the chance to showcase those. Maybe, perhaps not realizing, or maybe they did realize that I could do that later. So the conspirators, pretty sure that this is going to be on the same map, and even if it's not, I can play through it once off screen and then come back and do it again. And Heir to the Noah. I'll show them both off, or I'll show them both off later if there's a reason to. Otherwise, I'll just play through them. And there's a small chance that because there are trophies to be obtained, or not trophies, but titles to be obtained, I may defeat Takibana Munashige a couple more times. It took quite a bit of effort on screen the first time, but I've leveled up a few times. I now have access to a ground fire trap. I could shoot him with a cannon, dash up to him, put a ground fire trap down, stab him, run away, have him poison himself, then shoot him with the slow down talisman. There's additional options to try to cheese my way through the fight that I didn't have before. But yeah, and then we'll come back to the Kinky region, and you know, we'll dress up in women's clothes, and we'll have you know, various kinky things going on. We'll wear kinky boots. It'll be great. But yeah, the plot is all about trying to prove our worth to the officers of the Eastern Army. So it's fairly apparent our enemies This is so often the case in these games based on Japanese history. The forces of evil are trying to like throw history off by apparently, not that the forces of evil in this game aren't like from the future or anything. They don't know how events are supposed to come out either, but they're trying to use like demon power and darkness and weird shit to help Mitsunari Ishida's faction defeat Ieyasu Tokugawa, or unless it's Tokugawa Ieyasu. I never know what order to put this stuff in because the video games have taken to reading their names in the order that they're written in, and blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, that'll be a thing, and that thing will continue in the next video. I'm Mysterious JG. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.